Hello my dear boys and girls, welcome to Ansh Excel Academy, and in today's class we are just going to discuss about the onset of monsoons. Boys and girls, this word monsoons is derived from an Arabic word monsoon, that means season. In the past, the Arab navigators have given the relevance of this concept and have said that this concept is basically, the concept of monsoon is basically the movement or flowing of winds which change their direction. These winds blow from the Indian coast of Arabian Sea, that is in the south-west direction, towards the northeast direction in the summer season, and during the winter season it changes its direction and flow just the reverse of this, that is from the northeast direction to the southwest direction. Again I repeat, these winds blow from southwest towards the northeast in summer, and in winter it blows from northeast towards the southwest. Thus we see that this is basically a periodic and concept of flowing of winds which change its cycle once in every 6 months. You can assume it to be changing from January till July, and then from August till the next cycle. So this is what the process continues. Boys and girls, from time to time there are very eminent scientists, and according to their science and technologies and the practice, they have given various definitions of monsoon along with the process how this monsoon onsets. Like for example, there's an Halley's experiment, that is the Halley's theory. Then we have got the jet stream theory, we have got upper circulation theory or the air circulation theory, and many more. Let us see one by one what these theories are all about and how they are implemented, just to understand the concept of monsoons. Let's see. Let us talk about the topic onset of monsoons. This word monsoon, basically, as we talked about, is derived from the Arabic word mosin, that means season, and these winds are blowing from the Arabian Sea, that is from southwest to northeast during summer and northeast to southwest during winters. This already we have talked about. From time and then we have got different theories, and out of those different theories, 3 theories, that is your Halley's concept, the air mass theory and jet stream theory, play a very significant role. For the Halley's theory, boys and girls, please understand that this theory has now been discarded, as it was basically stating to us that monsoons are caused by the differential heating of land and sea. Differential heating of land and sea causes the difference in the atmospheric pressure. When this differential heating of land and sea occurs, ज़मीन का टेम्परेचर अलग, पानी का टेम्परेचर अलग, और उसकी वजह से होता क्या है, अलग अलग टेम्परेचर पर अलग अलग कंडीशंस बनती है. एंड यू हैव टॉक्ड अबाउट लैंड ब्रीज एंड सी ब्रीज, यू ऑल नो अबाउट इट. So that differential heating of land and sea causes the difference in the atmospheric pressure, and thus it results from the flowing of winds from sea towards the land, and you all know from land towards the sea. So because we are talking about the winds which are blowing from sea towards the land, so as the wind blow from sea towards the land, they absorb moisture, and as they absorb moisture, they pass on the moisture at the form of rain. Thus we have got the system of monsoons as described by Halley's concept. But boys and girls, this Halley's concept is a failure. The concept of this is a failure. Why? Because see, if this is what the concept is, अगर ऐसा ही हो तो monsoon फिर हर जगह एक सा पानी बरसाना चाहिए. Suppose this is the skeleton figure of India, तो अगर बारिश हो तो यहाँ पर जितनी हो वो यहाँ हो, वही यहाँ हो, वही. लेकिन monsoon में ऐसा नहीं होता. Everywhere the rain is not same. Second thing is, because of the differential heating of land and sea, the origin and development of monsoon also affects, है कि नहीं. और ऐसा होता है कि जो monsoon है उसका जो origin होता है, शुरुआत होती है और development होती है, उसमें भी बहुत फ़र्क हो जाता है. क्यों? क्योंकि depend करता है what type of continent it is. So we have got that word shape of the continent. So this is the reason. The second reason is got relief features. What are the relief features? जिस प्रकार से नदी, नाले, पहाड़, हिल्स, ये रिलीफ फीचर्स हैं, इनके ऊपर भी डिपेंड करता है। लास्ट नॉट द लीस्ट एयर सर्कुलेशन, वी हैव गॉट एयर सर्कुलेशन। तो इन सारी चीज़ों की वजह से हेलीज कंसेप्ट को भी फेलियर माना गया। तो ध्यान रखिए, हेलीज कंसेप्ट ने सिर्फ ये कहा कि द मॉनसून्स आर कॉज्ड बाय डिफरेंशियल हीटिंग ऑफ लैंड एंड सी which causes difference in the atmospheric pressure and thus the sea towards the land type of winds blow, but this is a failure. Then the second theory is the air mass theory. What is this air mass theory? Let us see through the help of this diagram. What is air mass theory? See, boys and girls, if you just try to understand, this is our earth, this round figure is our earth, and on the surface of earth, this is your equator, above is the Tropic of Cancer and below is the Tropic of Capricorn. Here we see that in the part which is above to the equator, we all know this is referred as northern hemisphere and the southern part is referred as southern hemisphere. The northern hemisphere part has got different type of air conditions which we refer as northeast trade winds. They are all blowing over this place, whereas in the southern part we have got southeast trade winds. अब होता क्या है, when these trade winds blow, they come near to the equator, they converge over here. ये एक दूसरे से मिक्स करते हैं, नॉर्थ ईस्ट की तरफ से वाले साउथ ईस्ट वाले विंड्स यहाँ पर कन्वर्ज करते हैं. यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड थ्रू दिस ऑल्सो. वन मोर डायग्राम आई कैन शो यू. दिस इज योर इक्वेटर. हियर यू हैव गॉट नॉर्थ ईस्ट ट्रेड विंड्स, here you have got southeast trade winds. They both converge towards the equator and a condition is developed. The condition is we have got this area of ascending air, we have got maximum clouds over here and we have got heavy rainfall over here. So this is what the condition near to the equator occurs and we call this towards the ITCZ. This is called, this area is called ITCZ, intertropical convergence zone. So this area we have got over here. Now होता क्या है कि as the season changes, no, अब how the season changes we all know because of the apparent movement of sun. Suppose this is our earth, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, equator, and over here suppose this is the sun. Our sun is small, our earth is big. We have violated other theories, no, this is not. Just we want to show that this is a point where sun belongs and now the sun's movement occurs. It is apparent movement. sun actually में move नहीं करता है, सारे planets और move करते हैं. That is why we have used the word apparent movement. So as the sun moves to the northern part, goes in the northern hemisphere. So rays of the sun directly fall toward the Tropic of Cancer. So over here this rhombus shaped figure is our India, because we all know that through India the Tropic of Cancer passes and divides into two equal halves. So we can say that 22.5 degree north latitude, which is your Tropic of Cancer, the sun rays falling directly, and below towards the equator, that is in the southern hemisphere, the rays of the sun are slanting. When they are slanting, the intensity of heat is less and here the intensity of heat is more. Because the intensity of heat is more, and as we have seen that the ITCZ shifts towards north, we have got summer season in the north. Here the summer season occurs. And now what happens is, when the summer season over here, heat is more over here, what happens, we find that the area becomes of low pressure. होता क्या है, जब हीट ज़्यादा पड़ेगी, एयर असेंड करेगी, एरिया ऑफ लो प्रेशर विल अकर, तो जो कूलर विंड्स हैं फ्रॉम अदर डायरेक्शन दे विल ट्राई टू मूव. तो होता क्या है, जो हमारा इक्वेटर के नीचे जो साउथ या सदर्न हेमिस्फीयर है, यहाँ से ठंडी हवाएं उठती हैं एंड दे आर मूविंग इन दिस फॉर्मेट, that is from right towards the left in the upper direction, we call southeast trade winds. They move and they come to the equator. As they come to the equator, we have got what? We have got Farrell's law and Coriolis force. Farrell's law and Coriolis force. Due to the effect of that, these winds which are coming from the lower part of earth, that is from the southern hemisphere, change the direction and move towards the right side in the northern hemisphere and reaches towards the Indian subcontinent. And this is how the moisture laden winds, they carry the moisture, as we all know, three directions. We have got Arabian Sea, we got Bay of Bengal, Indian Oceans. From here the moisture is taken and then it enters and strikes the western coast of India. We will study that later, but it strikes the western coast of India and thus the onset of monsoon occurs. और इस तरीके से monsoon आ जाता है. Conditions get reversed. आगे जाके हम लोग पढ़ेंगे. The conditions get reversed when the sun comes to the lower part, apron movement lower part, and then what happens is the rays of that sun which were falling on Tropic of Cancer, now it is falling on Tropic of Capricorn. Here the heat is more, the conditions just reverse. Here the cooler part is there, heat more, because heat is more. So as we had the area of low pressure on the northern hemisphere, now we have in the southern hemisphere. The winds change their direction, they move in this way, then they come back, and that is what, again, because of the entire Coriolis force and Ferrell's law, they change the direction, move this way, and then comes over here. Thus we see this is the effect of air mass theory. This is the air mass theory, the entire concept of air mass theory. The concept is, I would just repeat for you once again because it's very important, still very implemented. We have seen that sun is apparently moving. When it reaches to the northern part of earth, it gives heat more over there, area of low pressure occurs. Because of low pressure, the winds from the other part of earth, that is from the lower part, they get influenced, they come, cross over the equator, and under the effect of Ferrell's law and Coriolis force, they move towards the western side, they move towards the Indian subcontinent. The winds get attracted and we find that the rainfall occurs in the peninsular India or the part of India. Then we have got the third theory, and that is called the jet stream theory. The jet stream theory. Boys and girls, we all know very well what is meant by jet stream. Jet stream basically is the winds which blow in the higher altitude region. मतलब क्या हुआ? Jet stream are fast moving airs that blow towards the height of about, I can write over here, jet stream is the winds that is moving 10 to 14 kilometers above in the subtropical zone. So what happens? These jet stream, as they are blowing, they get divided. It is coming from the western direction. It comes from the Mediterranean Sea direction towards the Indian subcontinent. If this is somewhat like this, earth is somewhat like this, we are over here, the jet stream is coming in this way. The jet stream comes in this way towards the Indian subcontinent. What happens? As it comes near to the Indian subcontinent, because of Himalayas, the jet stream gets divided into two branches, and that too, jet stream is of two parts, two types or two varieties. We have got westerly jet stream and we have got easterly jet stream. So the westerly jet stream, which is coming from the western side, see, this is north, south, east and west. So western side jet stream move, this is somewhere over here, we are over here suppose. So India is here, so they are coming from the western direction towards the Indian subcontinent. They come, and then what happens is they get divided into two branches, the northern branch and the southern branch. Again I repeat, the westerly jet stream coming from the western direction gets divided into two branches, the northern branch and the southern branch. The northern branch blow from northern edge of Himalayas. This is India. Over here we find Himalayas, and in Himalaya it gets divided into the northern edge and flow from the northern branch. Southern branch blow towards the eastern side of Himalayas and the south slope of Himalayas. This is Himalaya, this is southern region, it is blowing towards this direction, and thus the winter weather conditions are affected. We all know very well that sometimes it happens that the rain comes in the winter season. That is what? Because of south branch of westerly jet stream. Westerly jet stream, again northern branch and the southern branch. So we are talking about the southern branch. Because of this, it is blowing towards the eastern side along the southern slope of Himalayas, and thus it affects the weather conditions over here. Also, these western disturbances, as we all know, they bring, they are coming from the Mediterranean region. I told you all, they are coming in this direction towards the Indian subcontinent. They begin to provide water, and they provide water to the Indian subcontinent in the western side. That is why you might have listened also and seen also that Punjab, Haryana, northeastern part of Uttar Pradesh and all gets winter rainfall, and that is very, very good for your wheat crop as well. These winter rains, boys and girls, and the heavy snowfall is very, very cooler, and that is why the northern part of India feels extremely cold because of the influence of these westerly jet streams, as we have just talked about, these westerly jet streams. Now when we talk about the easterly jet stream, it is again just a reversal of the upper air circulation as the sun shifts in north towards the summer season. As we have just seen, sun's apparent movement, the sun is moving towards the north in the summer season. So what happens? The conditions just change, and that is what happens. And this area over here where we have got the Tibetan plateau, and over here the easterly jet stream develops thus in the peninsular region, and thus we find that there is a sudden onset of monsoon. Boys and girls, let me just connect you over here that in this part which we have seen, we have seen that the sun is moving in the northern part of India or northern part of the earth, and thus it is influencing heat over here. The summer season is felt over here. At this very moment, the Tibetan plateau, which is lying towards the top of India, we have just seen in the map, it provides cooler conditions over here, and suddenly onset of monsoon occurs. So thus we see that this is the influence of jet stream. Again, if you for your help I can say, or for your this thing as a visionary point of view, jet stream, once more, jet stream theory is basically a theory in which the jet stream move from the western areas and also move in the eastern jet stream. So that is why we have talked about jet stream as the easterly jet stream and the westerly jet stream. When we talk about the easterly jet stream, we are talking about this area. Remember, please remember, we are talking about the Tibetan plateau. In the summer season, as the sun is moving in the apparent condition, more heat is there in the northern hemisphere, more heat is there in India part, and that is why suddenly onset of monsoon occurs. When we talk about the westerly jet stream, which is coming from the western direction from the Mediterranean Sea, it moves on, passes Afghanistan, passes Pakistan, and comes towards the Indian subcontinent. This gets itself divided because of Himalayas. I have just told you on the map also. I can show you once again. In the map part, it gets divided because of Himalayas into two branches, the northern branch and the southern branch. The northern branch blows towards the north of Himalayas, northern edge of Himalayas, whereas the southern branch blows towards the eastern side of Himalayas, and thus the winter conditions get highly affected, especially in the northern part of India. And this is called, because of westerly jet stream, please remember and correlate, because of the westerly jet stream, western disturbance occur. They provide thunder and lightning immediately to Punjab, Haryana and northeastern part of India, and suddenly there is extremely cooler conditions. Easterly jet stream I have already told you, and thus we see the onset of monsoon is basically because of these three theories to be understood, and in more prominent is your air mass theory, because I told you all the Halley's concept has failed. The jet stream theory is again divided into two theories, the westerly jet stream and the easterly jet stream we have already talked about, and air mass theory is more prominent and more likely. On these basis we see that how the monsoon enters Indian subcontinent. And now, as per your requirement, in the next video we will see when पानी जब आता है, मॉइस्चर लेकर के आता है, तो इंडिया में कैसे एंटर होता है, कैसे इंडिया में बारिश होती है, कहाँ होती है और कैसे बारिश लौटती है, we will see in this next video. So that is what it was all about for the onset of monsoon, boys and girls. So my dear boys and girls, I do believe that you have understood the concept how the monsoon onsets, and what are the various theories given and what is the best way of understanding the concept. Still, if you have got any doubts, you are free to post a comment on it, and I will definitely try to resolve it as soon as possible. Work hard, study well, all the best.